The first half of this year we saw a really strong performance in our core business, so that's fixed line, broadband and mobile. The fixed line performed well. We still see some usage decline in line with industry trends, so usage is typically down about 10%, but we have seen increases in the rental access charges, so that's offset some of that decline. Broadbanders again perform well, up 4% in the first half of the year as we upsell from the low broadband speed packages to the high broadband speed packages. We cover about 90% of the island and there's about 25% take up of that product. We've also launched at the beginning of the year something called we call Superfast Broadband, which actually enables our customers to get up to 80 megabits download and 10 megabits upload. That's available to 50% of the population on the island. And we're seeing good uptake levels of that product at the moment. Mobile has been a particularly successful story. We invested last year in 4G. That cost us £10 million, which we spread over 3 years. And the return from that investment has been fantastic in the first half. We've seen good adoption levels of the 4G products. We're seeing usage levels of data increase significantly, and our ARPUs on both prepaid and postpaid mobile customers have both increased. In terms of the overall take-up of 4G, we've actually only sold something like 50% of the subscribers to 4G on a monthly contract. We've only sold about 50% 4G handsets, so there's still opportunity to continue to grow that revenue base. So overall the core has performed particularly well in the period, very pleasing. We will continue to invest in our infrastructure. We typically spend about £7 million a year really on maintenance of that infrastructure. We call it sort of keep the lights on CapEx. We'll then typically spend up to 10 million, but no more than 10 million on strategic assets. So 7 million on keep the lights on CapEx, 3 million on strategic assets, take it up to 10 million. You know, we invest in the infrastructure on the island so that we can provide top quality products to our customers, and also to support the Isle of Man government in their quest to bring business to the Isle of Man. You know, one of the reasons, well, there's 3 reasons that customers or businesses come to the Isle of Man. One is the advantageous tax position, another one is the regulation, and thirdly, and most importantly, the world-class infrastructure that we provide to the island. Yeah, we have a good relationship with the regulator. The regulation is designed for the Isle of Man. There is an understanding that there is a need to have a good incumbent operator on the island who is successful and generating cash that enables to invest in the island's infrastructure to attract business to the island. In terms of wholesale line rental, we agreed some time ago with the regulator that we would open up our fixed lines to customers. And we did that in September of this year. So all of our competitors are now able to offer a product to consumers on the Isle of Man in the fixed line space. So the Isle of Man regulator is an independent body. They do observe the likes of Ofcom and what's happening in Europe, but we do have regulation that is suitable for the Isle of Man. You know, as a small jurisdiction with 85,000 people, it's important that we do have a specific tailored regulation that suits the island and enables the island to prosper. Yeah, so data centres, maybe just to look at what data facilities we do have on the island. We've got a couple of Tier 3 design data centres. One that we built about 10 years ago, that is pretty well full. We started last year to develop another data centre on one of our existing engineering sites. We completed phase 1 of that data centre last year. We have a good number of clients in there that dropped into the data centre last year. So that's now over 50% occupied. And we announced recently that we had agreed a contract with PokerStars, another of our existing clients, as an anchor tenant into phase 2 of the data centre. So we've been busily building that data centre in the last few weeks, and that was completed during October, and PokerStars will be in that facility in this 4th quarter. So a great success, all delivered on time, and I'm sure the customer are very happy. Yeah, I mean, we have a wide variety of customers. One thing that the Isle of Man has been very good at is introducing different types of businesses and industries to the island. It's had 32 years of uninterrupted GDP growth on the Isle of Man, which is quite unique. So it's been very successful, and one thing it's done well is to introduce niche industries. So for example, we have a finance sector, we have manufacturing, we have a space industry, film industry, aircraft register, a boat register, and then e-gaming, which has worked very well. So, you know, the island has done exceptionally well, and also in its partnership with the private sector has enabled it to continue to grow. So as I said, we've always worked very closely with the government because it's to the benefit of the island and to us ourselves. Yeah, I mean, when we listed, one of the things we spent a lot of time on was trying to make sure that we were comfortable with the level of dividend that we were offering. And you may recall when we listed that the dividend yield was 7% on list. It's now tracking just over 5%. You know, we have good dividend cover, 1.2, 1.3 times. You know, the business model does support a good dividend yield. You know, it's a strong business, it has a solid cash flow, it's fairly predictable. So we're very comfortable with the dividend that we pay out.